know it's your birthday, but come on. This is the only time Steely Dan is going to be anywhere near here, and these state fair tickets ain't cheap, growled Chet around the Doral, light clenched in his teeth. His face softens. Come on, champ, be a bro. I just got the IROC Z tuned up, and you know how that and the dulcet tones of Ricky Don't Lose That Number get your mom's juices going. You shudder. The memory of coming eye to eye with Chet's brown eye, bobbing up and down through the T-tops of the IROC, come flooding back. You're jolted back to reality when Chet messes your hair and says, besides, I hear that if you type in the right thing on that computer over there, you can see more than those movies I've caught you watching on Cinemax. As grossed out as you are by this interaction with your mom's permanent friend, your teenage hormones take over, and you know exactly what you're doing tonight. You play it cool until you hear, do it again, and the rattling fenders of the IROC. Do it again is a Steely Dan song, just for everybody that. And the rattling fenders of the IROC Z fade
Just
into the
spoke a
distance.
footnote.
You run to the computer, boot it up, and click that AOL icon for the free trial. This was the one time Chet was useful. He had been going around all the trailer parks and stealing the AOL free trial discs and selling them to teenagers. But he always had a stash for us. You hear the familiar robot being executed sounds and wait for the image to load. And you wait. And you wait. One panel at a time, one line rendered at a time. The wait is interminable. You know time is of the essence, so you decide to get started for efficiency's sake when you hear it. The IROC's sputtering engine. The 8-track in it warbling, the doors slam, and your mother's voice. God damn it, how can you get Steely Dan? Hold on. I fucked up. See? Brain real smart, tongue real country. Damn it. How can you get Feely Stan, the Ted Nugent / Steely Dan mashup tribute band, mixed up with Steely Dan? I hate Ted's Nugent. Feely Stan.
I'm caught up now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Just I give everybody a second. You reach for the mouse, try to stop whatever it is that is loading from loading. You try to reach for the cords, but it's too late. The screen door from the half-finished deck slams open. You freeze. Your mother screams. You stand there, pants at your ankles, your business free for all to see. Image loaded behind you. You turn as Chet mumbles, Jesus Christ, dude. In your horror, the image finally renders. And you see two bearded men, high life in hand, tank tops thrown on the sand, perched on a one-wheeled cooler, a possum at their feet passed down in its own mess. You look to see what search term you used. Hard corn pores. You realize right then your mother's right. You should take typing this semester. It's Zig and Larry ignore the history of porn. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious, buddy. How are you?
A whole hell of a lot better than I was. As you know, but the listeners don't, I've been keeping it a little bit under wraps because it's nobody's business, but had the COVIDs.
You sure did.
2.5 years of now one and a half years I did the thing where I hid and didn't go do shows, but then over the past year and a half I've been hitting it, going out, and I've dodged it like Neo in the Matrix, man. I've just not gotten it. And then one wedding.
No, not one. How many weddings did you have in the last several months?
Okay, in the past 3 months I've had 6 weddings.
That's too many. That's too many weddings.
It's a lot of weddings. I really wish my friends and family had coordinated with each other.
Yeah, no, there's too many goddamn weddings.
It is. But it only took one magic bullet to get.
Well, it was the one where you were serving as the preacher, so that's just God telling you to knock that crap off. Too sweet.
Oh, I meant to bring it down. So they did get me a very nice present. They got me I am drinking from it because this is the first day in a week that I've had a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Because I still got a little bit in the sinuses, but everything else is feeling pretty good. But they got this the 2 crystal tumblers and a
Lovely.
crystal decanter with that's etched on the outside Father Larry. And
Nice.
so
Did they get a infected person to cough all over it before they handed it to you? Was that the
fingers crossed.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because this fortunately I'm all Bill Gates up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all the microchips in me. I've got
Yeah.
all, because that's what gets me is all these people that are like, well, I don't know what's in the vaccine. You don't know what's in any vaccine,
No.
Cletus. Besides, with what I have put in my body over the years, a vaccine is not the worst thing. A mystery vaccine, I don't care.
I don't know what's in the vaccine. All right, I tell you what, if you could explain to me how your television works, period, then we can move on from there. I can
Exactly.
point out 17 things in the kitchen that you use every day that I know you don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. The microwave. Go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hit the button, it warms it up. But how?
But how?
But it how it does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's people worried about the vaccine. I'm like, I've drank with you. I know what you put in
Yeah.
your body. You're
Mm-hmm.
half of those people that are like, I ain't putting that in my body, are also the ones that are like, you want a little bump? Little.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's fentanyl in that? Did you check it? Well, why would I do that? Because it's more likely that there's fentanyl in that than Bill Gates put a microchip to track your ass when you go to Home Depot. No one gives a shit.
Didn't I just see you use an entire gallon of Roundup on your lawn and then eat a burrito without washing your hands? And you're going to tell me that the vaccine is what's bothering you?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, it pretty honestly, well, no, I don't want to get this shit again. It was a pretty easy course of it. Was very fortunate. Had a little bit of a fever for couple days. Um, and then that went away. Had a cough. Also big. I'm proud of myself. I haven't touched a cigarette for a week.
Good for you.
We're gonna do our best to keep that shit up.
Hey, alrighty.
Yeah,
Nice.
just that's all. As I promise on this show, I'm just gonna do my best, whatever my best looks like that day.
Yeah, fair enough.
I,
Fair enough. See, now because I got it after going to a wedding too, 7 months ago or whatever it was. But the thing is, I just don't know that we can, because I was zapped twice plus boosted once, and I'll get boosted again. But I think using the term vaccine is a little too big for what it is. It's like, yeah, you probably won't get it, but if you do, if it's real mild, I'm like, well, that's not a vaccine. I haven't had measles or mumps once. You
no
know what I
polio
mean?
here. No
No.
polio.
Well, there's a little polio on the East Coast, apparently. But
it's because of these anti-vax
yeah.
idiots.
But I got zapped once when I was a kid. They're like, nope, you're good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what about this? This is gonna it's gonna limit the it's just get it. You'll be good. And I said, okay, all right.
Right. Well, like I understood with this, it was more of a it's gonna help you not die.
Yeah, vaccine is in quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's a shot that's gonna keep you from, when you get it, from drowning on your own mucus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm into that. I'm into
yeah,
not
absolutely.
drowning on that's my kink. My kink is not drowning in my own mucus.
And if you're against that, I will kink shame you. I'll kink shame anybody. It really doesn't bother me to do that.
Yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to.
But yeah, I get it. We're still you can still get it, but it's like it was like having the flu. And not that I'm trying to like diminish anybody's experience with having it, but for me, I thought you were. I was like, huh? Yeah.
No, I'm just realizing how much nicer you are to the universe than I am. like, I'll tell you you're an asshole to your face. I don't give a shit. I can take a punch. Doesn't bother me.
Well, I'm wearing my glasses, so
yeah.
Also, if this sound is off at all, I'll do my best to fix it in post. But this is, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying not to be too loud in it. But that's been my my couple weeks there, buddy. I was prepping for a wedding, and then we turned our house into a plague rat terrarium. It was
nice.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah, we although Yeah, we are both feeling pretty great.
Nice.
I've been doing projects around the house, and like the moment that I was like, hey, I'm not dizzy when I stand up, and I don't want to lay down going up and down the stairs. Let's take advantage of this. Let's get some shit done
Fair
that I've
enough.
been wanting to get done. I
When I had it, it was the only time. It was actually the most recent time that I ever wrote a check, and I did that several times, like a physical check. I mean, when was the last time that you wrote checks on the daily? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I paid all my bills, and I licked the envelope and stamps copiously and sent the bills out. I
Attaboy.
don't know if I Ted Kaczynski'd anybody a little bit, but if I did, I mean, I'll hear about it in the after. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll find out. And
Hmm.
I appreciate your artistry in that.
Thank you
I
very
would I
much.
wish I had done that.
Because you can see anthrax, but you can't see the plague if it's lickens.
Nope,
You
nope.
can't see Malickens.
You can't see my lickens. That's Zig and Larry ignore a topic. You can't see
Can't
my
see
lickens.
Malickens.
I oh, great news. Found out that so I work for the day job is for the government. We know
Correct.
that. We've talked about that on here. And there is a program for um people that have been in what is it, public service for at least 10 years,
Hmm.
where you can get all of your student loan debt erased. You know,
Yeah, I thought that was.
yeah, well, there's loan forgiveness, and then
Hmm.
there's this other program.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I went through the whole process.
I'm gonna guess government fucked you.
Yeah, sure did.
Sure did.
My
Yeah,
my loans are not eligible
of course not. And did they give you a reason why, or did they just say because you're you?
because fuck you.
Hmm.
Stop being poor. That's
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much what I was given, and I was just like, "Well,
Oh, that's such a good one.
that's why I'm sticking. Oh well, and
Otis.
and
Sorry, I got to fill up Otis's bowl over here. Give me a sec.
Philip Otis's bowl. One of the other nice things that our friends got me was a bottle of Baker's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey,
Nice.
single barrel. I'd
Hmm.
never had Baker's, but it is the hand labeled on the
Oh
on.
God, that stuff is high octane too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, this
Yeah.
is good shit. And not having so I popped open the bottle today, and not having had a drink for a while. This is whippity doo. This is
Will it
pretty
run
good.
the Briggs and Stratton if you really need it to? You think?
I'll be honest, this is actually really, really smooth.
Oh,
To
okay.
be this high octane,
Oh
it
yeah, but
is.
isn't it like 107?
Let's see. I took a picture of the bottle so I could talk about it.
Good man.
Yeah, yep, 107.
Oh
Attaboy.
my God.
God damn,
Please, the
kid.
kid still got it.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I had never had Baker's, and it was very nice they got
Hmm.
this for me. And so yeah, I figure if I'm gonna have my first drink in a week, which for some people that's gonna sound like, "Well, you just went a week." Yes, I did a whole week sober, and it was the worst week of my fucking life.
Sober is no way to go through existence.
No, God, it's
No.
awful.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how people do it.
No, me either.
Now, I will say, just in the week that I haven't drank, Zig,
Hmm.
I've lost 5 pounds.
Does not shock me at all.
Which made me feel a little like Andy from Parks and Rec when they were trying to when Chris Pratt got all buff for Star Lord, and he was in Parks and Rec. He was all like
If
flabby
it's
and
not Ron Swanson, I barely remember anything. Or tugging it to Aubrey Plaza every once in a bit. But those really, really my own two things.
sure, fair enough.
Or tugging it to Ron Swanson.
But well,
That mustache.
it,
That mustache.
that mustache, that voice,
Hmm.
those strong hands, those strong woodworker hands, um, gentle but firm. But yeah, it's the scene where
Callous, but not off-putting.
no, no. It's gentle but uh, soothing, and yet you better listen. It's nice, but yeah. So the season where Andy stays in England to work for some I think royalty.
Oh, they like they wrote him off the show because he got cast in Marvel, and
Yeah,
they let him come back, and he was ripped or some shit like
yeah,
that, right?
and
Okay, yeah.
the
'Cause
way they
Marvel
explain it
put him
away.
through their boot camp that like they did.
Yeah.
He was the original Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in shape and stopped being funny. That's exactly.
Hmm.
I am convinced that that is Marvel's um deal. Like they're like, look, we're going to make you super rich. We're going to make you super famous. But that sense of humor that you've had your entire life, we have to surgically remove that so you can have muscles. Um,
Do you want to work a room with your personality, which you've earned, or do you want to look good naked until we're done with you? That's basically what we're at.
yeah. Well, I'd really like to look good naked. All right, well, give us your personality.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, they're so
And then Kevin
Adam's
Feige just comes in and just sucks it through your soul.
like a dementor.
Hmm.
But yeah, Adam Scott and Chris Pratt are running up this like some stairs, and he's like, "Andy, you look great. What was your secret?" He goes, "Oh, I just stopped drinking beer." And he's like, "That's it? You just stopped drinking beer and you lost all you look like this now?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, it wasn't good. It was probably killing me." And they just keep and that's how they explain it away. And he just stopped drinking beer.
There you go.
And that this week, literally, I was like, "Oh no. Oh, that's a bad thing. If I lose that much weight just not drinking for 7
Hey, look
days."
on the bright side. You might have cancer.
Hey.
You know? You
Yeah.
don't know. You don't know.
You never know. You never know. That's that could be it. That's happened to a buddy of mine recently. He quit smoking and was trying to get his life back together and get in good shape, and then died of cancer really fast. So, too dark?
Well, it's not a joke. It's a man dying.
Yeah.
That's good. That's how you save it. That's how you save it.
But he looked great.
And you just quit smoking
Hmm.
and you lost 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, the chemo won't make your hair fall out. At least
No,
there's that.
no. Yeah, I might lose the beard.
Looks like you trimmed it up a little bit there.
I did. I did. I
Yeah.
tried to make myself look presentable for
I've done the opposite. I've
the
given up.
I it was just I got you know what it was?
Your neck gets hot.
It was hot and itchy. And look, I've got a neck.
I kept getting these fucking burns on my neck from the beard. My own chin pubes are giving me Indian burns on my jugulars.
I don't like it. Yeah, I know. I just tried to make. I just kind of got tired. I wanted to see what it looked like, shortened up a little bit.
Oh, so your beard wasn't physically exhausting you
it was
somehow.
So heavy.
Oh, God, just emotional strain.
And it would just
No.
flare out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's terrible. So how's your week been, buddy?
Well, I tell you what. Well, who cares? The week is work, and that means nothing. I feel no joy nor pain anymore. It's just I do my best to. I used to attempt to excel, and now I ride the middle because it doesn't seem to make a goddamn bit of difference.
Absolutely.
Now, the weekend, though, we're playing This Old House, the home game. I had a couple of real big wins yesterday, followed by a couple of real hard losses today.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. There's a small planter out front.
Uh-huh.
I spent a lot of time in the. It's early November, so of course it's 85 fucking degrees outside
Sure,
here,
sure.
and I tilled that soil and I yanked up there's so many weeds. The bag was physically, I grunted a little bit picking it up of just weed material. Just
Jesus.
yeah. So I got rid of that. And then this is so weird. I'll show you when you get here because I'm very proud of this maneuver. I'm not sure how they pulled this past me when I bought the house. There's just, you buy a house and there's little eccentricities and like you just get used to some stuff,
Uh-huh.
and some stuff you're like, well, that's a different way of doing that. And you shouldn't have done it. The spare room, the door was too big for the frame, but only by about a half inch.
Sure, sure.
And the doorknob was about 3 inches too high from the striking plate in the door hole.
Uh-huh.
So utilizing my DeWalt orbital sander to take some material off that bitch and a whole lot of gumption and a Dremel, I was actually able to shave it down and move that hole and then plug it up, and it closes now. So that's a thing. So I was on a
That's a
little bit of a
win.
high there, and everything was going great until last night. Let's call it about 11:30
Uh-huh.
in bed with the wife.
Of course. It always happens at 11:30 at night.
Broke the bed, brand new bed. Here's the thing.
Were you
I
just
know.
reading?
Here's the thing. We hadn't gotten there yet, but we were rounding second. That's all we were
Oh,
doing at the time.
no.
The center leg support, fuck it, is metal and it bends. It just yeah. And we said no, nope, can't sleep on this right now. Can't be doing anything else. So I remove it, and now I'm like, oh shit, we can't sleep on this. It'll fucking snap the it needs that because it also that stupid leg is also what ties in the long support thing. So you need something there. So I'm like, okay, fuck. What do I do? Well, this is exactly what I want to do after taking 3 showers today, working outside all fucking day and inside with tools. I don't have any spare wood really in the house because I just moved in. I haven't done any projects. I don't own any manner of power saw currently. I own a bunch of power tools, no saws. I have a saw, a hand saw that is this big, Larry. It is literally about a foot and a half.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. I have outside, I have a pallet made out of 2x4s and 1x2s that are 1x6s rather, that was just one of my pieces of furniture was delivered on. You know what was delivered on that pallet, Larry?
Was it your
The
bed?
2 pieces to this bed that weren't in the original packaging.
Ah.
So under the cover of night, I'm trying to make a 11-inch fucking cut with the world's smallest like coping saw, basically, on a 2x4, utilizing nothing but the motion light that is only on for about 15 seconds.
So you're trying to saw a pallet
Yeah,
utilizing the world's slowest strobe light.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
The
you
slowest rave ever.
measure twice, cut once. It was no just rage and bucket. So I was able to take that off outside. By the way, it's still when you're doing working with a handsaw, it's still 70 fucking 8 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Sticky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'm yanking out spare fucking nails and stuff. I've only kept this pallet because I've been using it as firewood out back for my bonfires. It's better than buying a cord, you know what I mean? I'm just
Sure.
using a hammer, beating it up, and then just throwing chunks in. Thought it was a gift from God. So the did that. That I just made a makeshift support, which is fine. It worked just fine. Informed the wife that it was just a double tonight. We're not gonna be scored. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I need to take another shower and I need to just fucking relax. She's like, yeah, that's fine. Like that's all the gumption I had, baby. I told you I was tired. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yep.
Close my eyes. Read a little bit. Close my eyes. Beep. Beep. Beep.
Got a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how many smoke detectors are hard in this fucking house, Larry?
8?
Let's say 6 that I
6. Okay.
found. Yep. The one that's beeping, by the way, she's dead asleep. The one that's beeping is the one on the tallest part of the ceiling. I'm like, okay, back out to the garage. We'll find the ladder. Da. Come on back in. Happily enough, that was an easy fix. But I was like,
Sure.
so that I had a beer, I had some leftover pizza. What fuck it? It's like 3:30 in the morning at this point. Like, all right. Watch the YouTube video. I'm like, well, this is just shit. Okay, whatever. So we go to sleep. So we wake up today. The plan today is we're going to go and buy some plants because I'm going to turn that weed pit that I've destroyed. I put down some like the weed fabric on it too, and we're gonna buy some plants. We're gonna mulch it up, put some plants in, put some wood mulch on it, make it all pretty, which we succeeded in. Got a couple of nice little
Sure.
white ones and this big multicolored thing. I don't know what they're called. It's Florida. They're probably called something I'm allergic to. I don't fucking know. We had to
This is
go
gonna
to
give me boils. All
yeah,
right.
we had to go to a couple of different stores to find the stuff that we needed, but that's okay. We got it done.
Yep.
We get home. First thing I do is put a gash in my hand, opening, trying to cut a plant out of those stupid little plastic pots that come in, utilizing my favorite rat number 2 from the Ontario Knife Company, 3.5-inch long pocket knife in D2 steel. Yeah, that'll go right to the bone if you let it. Which it did. And then it didn't actually, but it came real close. It still, I think it's finally now done. But we got that job taken care of. I then redressed the wound twice at that point. And Ange decides she's gonna clean something. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna work in the yard anymore. I'm not gonna get this dirty. I got an open wound. I'm gonna figure something else out. The sink, which was the first thing that I fixed in the house in the kitchen, that's got some standing water underneath it now. And it's not what I fixed. It's another thing. So that's why I was soaked when you called. You're like, you ready? I'm like, no. I'm bleeding and I'm soaked because I didn't take my shirt off and I was underneath the sink in a puddle. I didn't clean it up first. I'm just in a half inch of
just
water.
wallering in the puddle.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not what I fixed. It's another fucking leak. So that's another thing. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff I was gonna get done today.
Uh-huh.
We ain't doing it. We're just gonna plug up another hole. I'm gonna drink the rest of this beer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire up the grill.
You know what? Sometimes it's okay to just go, that's enough. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. That's this
Well, I
is
did
enough.
too good yesterday. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? It was too easy to fix that door for me because I was like, I literally had a Dremel with like a metal cutting blade on it because the striking pad I got that off, but that wasn't just wood there. That's like there was a strip of metal underneath.
Of course.
So like I had to physically cut that off and like bend it, but yeah, I'm like shit. That actually only took about an hour. I was surprised. I think there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do this correctly the first time.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. I spackled the hole. It's fine. I don't believe it. It's fine. Okay, now I'm just going to put a plant in the ground. Cut your finger off? Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna do this easy thing. Just dig a hole, put this over here in the hole. And
I can't hurt myself with this spade. I'm even wearing my knee pads because I've got a bad knee and I'm trying to take care of myself. First thing I do, cut a hole through my fucking hand. Perfect.
Yeah, when I was like, oh hey, let's shoot for 45, and I got back
Oh yeah, 45
20 minutes later, 45 from now, I'm bleeding and soaked.
Yeah.
Okay, pal. Okay.
In the last 24 hours, I've showered 5 times.
You know what? Your wife probably thanks you for it.
You can't jump into bed when you're like that, when you're angry. You just need a second.
Yeah.
Differing levels of give a shit though. Like there's no shampoo involved after a while. It's just like, oh God. Just we're looking for visible grime.
Yeah.
Anything that's just you could see from space.
Speaking of visible grime,
our sponsor?
Oh, I was going to say our topic today is the history of porn, but
I figured. Nice.
But how about our sponsor? Let's talk about spliffsociety.org. We've talked about their charitable givings. We've talked about the fact that they use hand-rolled
we're doing a live commercial? Shit, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, we're just doing we're just getting right into it.
Okay, well, I'll riff.
I want to talk about the goji berry light flavor single dip botanical cone. The cones they're so smooth, they're tasty. Before I caught the plague and had to be away from everybody else and did not want to bring any type of smoke.
I have to stop you. What the fuck is a goji berry? It sounds like whatever was the superfood after acai bowls came out.
It's what you feed Pokemon to make them evolve.
If I've never played Pokemon, am I going to understand? Give me another one.
Okay, it's what you feed GoBots to remind them that they're poor because they're not Transformers. Hey! So, but on top of goji berry, goji berry has a nice sweet flavor, but they also have a sage cone now.
See?
So if you like,
and that keeps demons away.
It does. You can sage your home while saging your insides.
Mm-hmm.
It works on your 1 bedroom apartment and all 8 of your cats, or your
I dated her
insides.
once.
I know you did.
Mm-hmm. It was only 5, but that was plenty.
Yeah. Well, I married her the first time.
Two
Um,
different ones, but
two di-
similar enough
yeah.
in some respects.
There's the cocoa flavor, which is very nice, very deep, very rich. Lotus petal, which is
Asian,
yes,
an Asian stripper. It's flavored like an Asian stripper
it
from
is. It's
1972.
yes, it's lotus petal. It's flavored like the femme fatale from a detective
Any
novel.
ingenue from a Jackie Chan movie.
Yes.
They're all called Lotus something or
Oh,
Jade.
Lotus Jade. But then they've got their classic, palm leaf toasted spliffs. So head on over to Spliff Society. I almost said Zig and Larry.
Do it.
Spliffsociety.org. Put in an order. Also, the clothes are rad. Check out the clothes. Really, they've got some really great designs.
Agreed.
Um,
I've been wearing the hat around.
Yeah. Well,
I destroyed my old hat, so that's my everydayer right now.
yeah. Well, see, I love my stupid bucket hat that they sent me. I love that thing. I wore it fishing, because
that's where that's the traditional environment for a bucket hat.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll probably be bringing it with me when I visit you in Florida.
That or a Jamiroquai concert. Either one. A hacky sack game.
A fish concert.
Have you noticed that all these activities are enjoyable?
They
For
are.
some. I couldn't handle a fish concert anymore.
God, no.
Can you deal with everybody solo and the stink of patchouli and weed for fucking 19 hours or whatever the Christ it is?
No, I cannot. I can't. I like a jam band, but I like a reasonable jam band.
Can't deal with jam bands.
No, I like a jam band that knows when it's time to stop.
Like Rush.
There was a jam band in that we hung out and watched, and then I hung out with for a little bit after their set in Wisconsin when I was doing shows up there over the summer. And
They're still playing, Larry. They're still playing.
No, wait, maybe they were just on their 5th break when they were like, thanks everybody.
Just give them Gatorade and gummies. They'll go all night. Jesus, what does that? We can do this all day. We know.
We know you have been. But what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to shut down the bar. Anyway, spliffsociety.org.
Right.
Use Zig and Larry at checkout.
In all caps.
Use
promo code Zig and Larry. And also, if you want to see Larry in glasses, check us out on YouTube. I know you won't, because nobody does.
There's 8 people that regularly do.
Thanks.
And I think those 8 are the same 8 people that also listen to the podcast. What are you doing?
I don't know.
I appreciate you, but why? Maybe if I put more effort into the video, that's a lot of effort.
I watch the YouTube videos, but only when I'm driving.
Makes sense.
That's why there's that thing that mounts on your phone to the car.
Yeah. Duct tape.
Yeah, sure. Whatever the sticky thing was I found in the rafters in the garage, that worked too.
Oh.
You just put that right on there.
Yeah, I meant to apologize for that. I was hoping nobody would find that, but
does not smell good when it cooks in the hot day sun on that dash. I tell you that.
It smells like hot nickels. I don't understand.
Which is weird, but it definitely. What is that smell? It smells like it was in the rafters in your garage. Fucking nailed it! How'd you do that? Good on you. You nailed it. We haven't identified it, but you've identified where it's a location.
I'm
amazing.
Impressed. Like must and metal all at the same time. That's
and a little bit of latent racism, but only if somebody's 60. You know what I mean? They don't know they're being it.
They don't know. They're trying to use the right term out of respect, and they're just using it way wrong.
No, yeah. Are you some manner of Oriental Negro?
Oh boy.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, she doesn't know any better.
No.
Somehow, after all these years, she still doesn't know any better. And I don't understand.
Well, she's even making stuff up. I don't even know how she came up with that for Blasian. I'm not sure what she's doing.
So Zig,
Yeah. Hold on. I just got to make sure I'm not bleeding out. It's still trickling, but we'll be okay.
drink more.
Yeah, that's probably the issue. If we're honest. Don't worry. After this, I got to go fucking back under the sink.
uh I today is going through I'm just going through clothes today, getting rid of stuff, looking at stuff going, why do I still have this?
Good. Yeah. Every time I move, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did ask the kids. I was like, do you want to go through my old stuff and see if there's anything? Glenn's like, is there any old jeans? I'll take those. And I'm like, yeah, there's a pile of that. And Willow was like, all of your dumb old shirts, I'm pretty sure I could do something with. And I was like, cool. And like get it
What,
and had them.
swim in them?
Yeah. Well, see what she does this cool thing where she like actually cuts the shirt and then turns it into like a tank top or
Oh, she did just some alterations to it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, there's so like a lot of times she'll take like a big shirt and then
Make it a small shirt.
cut it down the back and then like tie it so it's
Yeah.
open, but she'll wear a tank top underneath it. And it's really cool. And I don't know, man. I just whatever they want to do with it. I don't care if
Mm.
I've got some dress shirts that Willow could like tie off with a belt and it would look great.
Nice.
But hey, let's this topic, Zig.
Mm-hmm. Porn.
Zig.
I'm gonna. The history of porn is long and storied. There has to be some manner of like cave wall pornography.
Oh my gosh.
There has to be.
Well, guess what? Guess
How
what?
how deep less effort did you do this? Because that's got to be a thing. I have no actual knowledge of this, but I'm positive I'm right.
From the Paleolithic to Pornhub, buddy.
There it is.
Not
So
all.
basically, this is just going to be a book report on this one article. I love it.
Well, I'm just okay. So part of it, what always gets me is when people are like, we need to go back to a simpler, nicer time before all this dirty stuff happened. And that right here in this article, one, yeah, there are cave paintings of let's go down. Well, this
Yeah,
first, there's this.
that's I've seen that before. That statue. That's a fertility goddess, right?
It's a fertility goddess,
Of
but
some nature. I forget what culture.
it was the Venus. That's the Venus of Willendorf. Used in
Is she wearing some manner of knitted beanie?
that is
They spent a lot of time on
literally
big
ribbed
old
for her
cans.
pleasure.
Yeah, they
That-
spent a lot of time on this statue on big old cans and definite mons pubis, but not a face, which I think is an interest. The guy's just like, I can't do noses. Just
This
give her
is-
some manner of hat, and then I can do titties though.
So this was literally used in fertility rituals, usually in groups. And this little bit right here was used to arouse.
Oh, four-man function. I'm
Yeah.
so stupid. It is literal rib. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So this was a passed around dildo at orgies.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Nice.
much. Then we've got the some cave talking about cave paintings. This is an artist rendition of what was found in the cave. These are all supposed to be women right here. And then here's this bro with his
Oh, look at him there.
yeah, just
There he is.
just
And so he's
lined
just pointing it at him.
uh-huh.
That's all he's doing. He's got his hands up and he's just
He's kind of like whatever happens happens, ladies.
yeah, and they're all doing the same one hand up and down. They're doing My Little Teapot almost.
Yeah,
And some have
they're
some
all
have
walking like an
antennas.
Egyptian. They're all walking like
Yeah.
an Egyptian.
And but can we also talk about the fact that there's two possible penguins in there? There's a lot going on here. There's two possible penguins. I don't know exactly what those are. And there's one disembodied face next to this lady's knees right there.
Yeah, well that's
what is going on here?
that sometimes you fuck a ghost.
Who's underneath the penguin?
The ghost is holding up the penguin. But
Okay.
this is what that artist rendition is based on. And you got Old Boys Wang right here.
That's Old Boys Wang.
That's Old Boys Wang. So anal sex in Babylon. The people are look at this.
Yep.
Look at that. We've got just a picture of bend over Margaret.
Well, now I know two things about Babylon: hanging gardens and ass fucking.
Yes. This is over 4,000 years old. A woman bent over, picks a woman bent but sliding
Wait,
backward,
yeah, into the genital area of a man.
who's grabbing her by the hair and hip with his hands.
Mhm.
This is porn.
Yes, that is porn.
But somebody would put that in a museum and be like, this is, and give it some quaint name.
Stone porn. It's stone carved porn, and it's you know what? It's actually not bad.
No, it's pretty good. Pretty good for
It's
porn.
better than the penguin drawing. I'm not gonna lie, the penguin thing's still freaking me out.
The penguin thing. Look,
Where was that from?
that one.
Was that Asian?
The penguins, I believe. Uh,
Oh God.
yep.
Hold on. I'm gonna pronounce this. It's
Yeah,
the
give it a
last thing
shot.
I ever do. Kanglashishman. Nope.
That's Yiddish.
Kang. No, it's not anything. Kang. Kang. Giaish Imenji. King Giaish Imenji. King. It's Carillion, is what it is. This, I don't know what the fuck this is. I can't pronounce that. Okay.
I got
Well,
nothing. I got
it's
nothing.
just another one of my many fails, so we can move on without having much ado.
King Kang.
Kang Kangishmenj. Menji.
Didn't Kangashiminj own
Okay, hold on.
a?
I'll do the last bit. You do the first bit. I'll do from the H back. That'll be easier to do.
Okay,
Just you go to the S, and I'll pick it up from the H.
Kangjus.
Hismenji.
Kangjus.
We fucking nailed it because nobody can prove us wrong.
No, they can't. Look up the article. Fine.
If you know how to pronounce that word, hit us up at Zig and Larry Ignored Topic.
Yeah, tell us.
Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Do some good.
Do
Plant
some
a
good.
tree. Jesus
Have some
Christ.
fun for once in your fucking life. Listen to this podcast while you plant trees.
Cut your finger off while you plant some weird fucking purple thing.
You know what? Go find your old AOL discs. Do some dial-up. Really throw yourself back. Try to search for some porn on dial-up, and remember how good you've got it now.
It'll take longer than a bag of popcorn, so don't leave it in the microwave. That stuff stinks.
Okay.
If you burn popcorn in the microwave, it smells.
So we're going back to the Babylonian anal.
Yep.
Scholars believe this is the first known depiction of anal sex.
Oh, there's no proof that that's up the butt, though.
Widely believed to have been one of the many forms of birth control at the time.
Oh, that's just, well, I mean, that is very similar to my high school experience. If you go to a high school with a lot of girls who are good and Catholic, I still don't buy that could be going in either hole from that cave drawing. It's hard to.
Yeah, I'm
see.
not convinced that's butt fucking.
I'm not. There's definite penetration there, but I mean, it's a 1,000-year-old carving, several 1,000-year-old carving. I mean, the detail just isn't there.
No, I need more information.
If there's some
we get a better camera angle?
If there was some manner of captioning.
Oh, biggest dickus. Let's see. This actually shows how far advanced the people of Babylon were for their time. While many other cultures on Earth, this sentence is what.
Oh, wow.
While many other cultures on Earth hadn't yet learned that vaginal penetration is what causes pregnancy.
How is that possible?
I don't know. How do you not realize that?
How do you not get it? There's animals and shit everywhere. And how do you keep having babies? How do you keep the population up?
Well, you would think that you would realize pretty quick when I dump the sticky in the warm, I make another me.
I'm just trying to write the song by the Wiggles.
Dump the sticky in the warm, tell your mom
another
I
me.
said hi. Does she talk about me on Sundays?
God damn it. God damn it. Okay, well, Well, apparently
we're
we
gonna
learned
move
that
on.
during Babylonian times there were people on the other end of the earth going, I don't know, I shoved a whole bunch of stuff up there. Sometimes she just gets fat and a baby come out.
uh, that's that, that's sex ed in Appalachia.
Mm-hmm. Keep her away from that special mud. What are you talking about?
What? Well, I fuck her in a puddle, and every time I fuck her in a puddle, another me comes out.
Actually, actually, it doesn't shock me. The majority of humanity is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
There's no reason why that wouldn't have been fucking stupid thousands of years ago, too. Those are our ancestors.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people will be like, "Well, those are prehistoric. Those are old humans. So of course they don't know any better about sex and showing sex and stuff. We need to get back to a more civilized time still, like the Greeks, who were the mothers and fathers
Of pederasty.
of modern society, and also pederasty.
Pederasty, yeah.
I
But
love
that was just like grooming little boys and girls to be your two I guess I don't want to say that these people were their mentors, but it's almost like an apprenticeship. I don't know.
But
But they did
the
a lot of
Greeks,
it.
they also
And the
Greeks,
Romans.
the Greeks and the Romans didn't just fuck kids, they fucked each other.
True.
I do love this sentence about the Greek mastery. The number and quality of detailed erotic acts they left us are exceptional. Thank you. Thank you, Greece. The ancient Greeks maintained a massive trade with surrounding cultures, and much of that trade was built up around the abundance of olive oil. To transport the oil, of course, they needed pots, and this is where the master artisans came in, creating some of the sexiest and patently Greek scenes of all time.
They were painting olive oil pots with fucking, and I mean, that's brilliant. That's how you move units.
That it's like what was it, Hubble figurines? I gotta Hummel, thank you. Hubble is the telescope.
Yeah.
I'm still a little, I still got a little fuss up top, buddy.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, when you realize that I can't go to any store without watching somebody fail at self checkout, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
I can't boop it. What the fuck, boop? What are you doing?
You can't just make the noise.
I come to this line every time, and I have to hit the help button. Well, then this line isn't for you.
Maybe go.
What have you learned?
Maybe go to where a real person is. I do love. Oh, it just. Well, the Greeks, they were heathens. They didn't know any better. They didn't have the. Oh boy.
Oh, see now, hold on. If I saw this, hold on. Okay, that's two guys giving the third guy the wobbly H, and it looks like they're about to bathe him too. But I tell you what, there's a market for that. That will move some olive oil. Somebody sees that, they're like, "That's got to be good. That's got to be good stuff. That's a first pressing."
We look. We need more olive oil. You just want to get the exclusive new pot that has these three dudes. You're right, because one day they're gonna be worth something. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like to jerk off, and I shouldn't be shamed for what I jerk off to.
Give them huge wangs and make sure the guys that are holding up the third guy, make sure they have huge beards. They should be twins. Can we make them twins? Matching headbands and everything. Yes.
Absolutely. Oh God, yeah. Somebody's gonna pay big money for this. The Greeks, knowing what people's kinks are since forever. The walls of Pompeii, which how do we know?
I knew about this one, yeah.
Just a nice image of
decent flesh tones too.
Yeah, that's a nice image of some face down, ass up.
Yeah, we're missing the receiving person's head, really. But I mean, what do you expect?
It's in the next panel when you get to see them give.
Okay.
I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
It's really difficult to do a flip book in stone, but you can get it done if you really want.
You gotta have like several large men. It's really fast.
Quicker, Ivan, quicker! I'm almost there. Start over again. Oh, damn it. I lost it. Get the olive one.
The hot pots of Moshe culture.
I've never heard of this culture.
What is
What?
that, Zig? You want to give that a description?
Well, I got a good idea of the left side. Hold on.
That's definitely a butthole
That's a
right here.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Scroll up. I need to do a little bit more research. Scroll. No, I want to read something. Okay. We da, 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 da. The Moche people? Moche? I'm trying to figure out what this thing is used for, is my issue.
It's a lot of anal sex.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he do anything with anal sex with this thing. Potch, the most of having anal sex depicted on Moshe pots for the longest time. Scholars think they made pots depicting vaginal sex. Okay. No, butt fuckers, the only thing that sells pots. Some people believe this is
That's what I've
because
been
it had the
saying.
connection between vaginal sex and childbirth. Thus, they presumed all types of sex could induce pregnancy. Okay, so they're idiots too. Yeah, scroll down. So here, so it just says it's a hot pot.
Yeah, it's just
So
a
what
hot
we
pot.
have here, obviously, is somebody ingesting somebody else's penis, and the gentleman's got his hand on the other person's head. Looks
Yes.
like they're giving it the old back of the neck, push down, push up. Now, there is a visible butthole on the person who is giving said pleasure. And the thing I don't understand is there's got the thing on the right is obviously a handle, like just a. I'm trying to figure out the functionality. So this could easily be. I'm thinking it's a bong somehow. I think her butthole's the carb.
I'm okay. I'm in.
I think if
I'm
you
in.
spin around, because the guy's getting his knob slobbed, he's wearing a hat, so that could be from the other side. You could possibly use that as the pipe, to pack that. I
Yep.
don't know.
Okay.
So go to Split Society.
Go to Split.
Dot
You to
org.
Split Society.
Get yourself one of these goddamn things.
Erotic literature in early modern France. Of course, that we knew that. Middle Ages, especially in Germany and Portugal, the church had a stranglehold on sex for a very long time, which for some people, the church having a stranglehold on sex is a kink.
Mm-hmm. Both hands.
But monks, nuns, and other religious persons regularly consumed materials considered pornographic.
Define consumed.
They ate them because they're trying to.
We found one of these fertility dildos. Break it up into small pieces and throw it in the soup.
Corresponding
that
with
means
nearly
at all.
unchallenged rule of the church in the Middle Ages of Europe, the porn became increasingly dark and even sadistic.
Oh,
Written by the Marquis de Sade 120
yeah.
days
Okay,
after
there we
Sodom,
go. Uh-huh.
which was the 50 Shades of Grey of the Middle Ages. So tell me again, what era people who believe this way, what era do we want to get back to? Are we looking to, Zig, the people that are like, oh, we need to go back to a better era, a more kind, a more pure era? Well, this right here had church folk reading about sadistic sex acts.
No, maybe not the 18th century. Maybe just the 50s, where it was okay to hit your wife, and you just ate beef at every meal.
Well, maybe even the 19, maybe back in the before when the movies started, Zig, and before things started getting dirty. The beginning of motion picture pornography.
Oh, here we
shit.
go.
Oh man. Well,
I actually watched something on this. Like as soon as like the motion picture camera was invented, this was like the third thing that was ever like recorded.
Yep.
It's like the first thing is just like a guy on a horse. Just that was proof of concept to see if the machine worked. They're like, it does. Excellent. Find a couple of people who have they're okay with this. We'll pay them.
Let's find two people who are not hideous.
Yeah.
And record them doing filthy, sticky, wet things to each other. One film survives in part from 1880.
Nice.
And shows a woman walking up and down steps fully nude, then returning to strut as if on a catwalk. But this would still be another 40 years before the wild 1920s, when people finally started using films to record things that would make Many people blush today. Threesomes, orgies, girl on girl porn. The recipe seems simple enough. People had bodies, people had cameras, and people had sex. So it's no surprise that all of these elements eventually came together to make the pornographic movie.
Mhm.
So is that where we want to go back to? Is the 1920s where men were men and women were fucking each other on camera? Is that
Yes.
what that's what we're wanting to get back to?
Is
I
that my
don't,
vote? Because I like the flapper hairstyle. I mean
dude, right?
that
Oh,
yeah.
weird cleaning stuff out. I found an old program from a show that Nicole was in called Hay Fever, where she plays a 1920s English woman that had the flapper haircut and was kind of
Mhm.
like even the like the more form-fitting dress. Anyway, I was reminded of how hot my wife was in that
Very good.
play, and I was like, we could go back to that haircut. Um, yeah. So I like how they just skip over from the 1920s. Let's just go straight to the 1970s. Somebody got tired of writing this article.
Well, I have a feeling though, like after the 20s, like when I think of like the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I think of a repressed, very black and white culture.
But look at World War II. All of those dudes had pinups and nudie pictures plastered everywhere they could.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like, that's also the military. I mean, like, you can't not. It's like we're gonna paint a big titty lady on the side of this here fighter plane. Yeah,
uh,
do it. You're gonna die. I know. That's why I'm gonna do it because nobody cares.
no, nobody gives a shit. We can put all the tits on the airplane we
Hmm.
want, and as long as we
We're
come
gonna
back with
call
no.
it the aggressive beaver. No shit. Okay, bud.
Oh,
Whatever you think.
all right. The aggressive beaver took on multiple men that day, and a little worse for the wear, but we made it back home in my aggressive beaver.
This B-12 bomber with 8 men that has to fly it is called the aggressor of our cocks. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, sure. One guy can really use a paintbrush. Very good.
But would you look at that? It's even dripping.
Perfect.
All right. So the 1970s and 60s, resurgence popularity of porn. Till then, softcore teases of famed movie actresses appearing on screen scantily clad was likely the best hint of pornography one could hope for, unless, of course, you were a GI and saw the flashy USO shows in the US military. Um, sexual revolution, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. Porn in the 70s and 80s, which only saw the practice producing porn gain steam and, thanks to technological advances, a broader audience. Um, 1971, first gay porno film was made. I
Could
seriously doubt.
not have been that long.
I seriously doubt that was the first one. It was the first
Yeah.
one in that has been written down in history because in 1971 they're like, well, we can't kill him no more out here in the streets, so I guess we'll just accept it. Um,
I mean, I got a 2,000-year-old olive oil bottle with 3 guys fucking on it. Somebody else made a movie before
yeah.
71.
Let's see. Let's go down. Internet, and then uh, d- internet pornography. Well, so uh the first time we see like DVDs, like DVDs were not doing well. People are like, why? I'm not sure about it. We get the videotape. Why need the DVD? And the porn industry went, we'll take it because it was
Hmm.
super cheap. And then they saved the DVD industry. Um, it
Also, the reason
also,
why Blu-ray took off and not HD DVD.
uh
Remember
huh,
HD DVD, the Betamax?
uh huh,
More porn on Blu-ray, so people bought those.
yep. And the first time we saw the dip in movie rentals and Blockbuster and Family Video were like, yeah, we'll put a back room up. That's fine. We'll put just a little. We'll turn that back supply closet into a dirty movie hub, and
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, hey, they stayed in business until you could start putting porn on your phone.
Hmm. You
And
kind of have to do porn on your phone now, don't you? Are you allowed to have a smartphone without at least glancing at porn every once in a
I
minute?
think you're required. If you don't, your phone shuts down.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, if there isn't some lewd sexual act somewhere on in the history in your search history on your phone, well, and it's only smart to do it on your phone because phones have better virus protection.
And they have a vibrate setting.
Yeah. No. Oh, oh.
hmm
Mhm,
hmm
mhm,
hmm
uh-huh, mhm.
hmm
But yeah, I mean,
I'm
home
set
inter
on my phone. I'll tell you right now.
yeah, I like to tuck it betwixt my bob and toms.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, just gonna absorb that. I'm gonna consume that.
Just just let it happen. Just let it happen. All
Just
right.
let it happen.
So that is the stop share. That's the history of porns.
That's the abbreviated history of porn.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
In a
history
nutshell,
history of porn part 1.
the history of porn was, from my understanding, I'm going to go straight to what did I learn?
Yeah.
From the dawn of man and Neolithic times,
Uh-huh.
right up until 1930, everybody did a lot of porn.
Yeah.
And then in 30s, they went, no, no more porn. And then 60s, they said more porn. So there's only a 30, according to this article, about a 30-minute or 30 year stretch, rather, where we didn't really do a whole lot of porn.
Yeah.
But that's when you see all the movies where like people like get the pictures of the dirty French girls and stuff. This might just be the history of porn until we got to America, you know,
Yeah. Well,
the
that's the
Industrial
thing.
Revolution.
Porn didn't stop. There was still dirty magazines. So maybe and there were still like stag films. People were still buying those things
Oh
and
yeah.
playing them at bachelor parties.
hmm
That's the whole point of a stag party was to be like, hey, we're gonna put on the dirty movie where this broad gets a bone, and that's
And thank God for the internet in that way because now you don't have to pretend like you want to watch porno with your buddies.
yeah, yeah. It's what's the best? What do you remember the first porn you ever watched?
I remember like actual porn.
Yeah, yeah, not Skinamax, actual porn.
Say the first definite first pair of boobs I ever saw was Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places. That's definitely
Yes.
that.
Yep.
First raunchy was probably the same week, and that would have been Porky's.
Okay.
First actual porno. I don't actually. I
I,
don't.
I don't remember the name of it. I remember it had Ron Jeremy, which you don't forget that. Um,
No.
and a girl named
How
who
our heroes have fallen.
oh jeez, that guy's a creep.
Mhm.
Um, but Ron Jeremy and
Is it the one where he blows himself?
no,
Hmm.
no, it is the one where he's getting a blowjob from his one of his maids and is reading the paper and is like
Oh, okay. You've actually told me this story.
stocks down,
Yep.
bonds down, dick up. All right, you know it's like okay, all right, but it's also starring a girl named Olga who plays a
Nice.
game called Stir Fry on the kitchen island. Pretty much the dude she's boning, he just keeps pouring all like cooking oil on her
Uh-huh.
and rubbing her down, and they're just having sex covered in cooking oil on the kitchen island, and he keeps spinning her around going stir fry, and it's very off-putting.
Actually, the fucking island didn't break in the middle of it.
No, it did not. It was a good solid one.
God damn it.
That was the first one I remember
Yeah, I
seeing.
don't.
Do you remember your favorite porn?
Yeah. Debating whether I should say it, but yeah.
You know what? I'm not
And
gonna
it's not
force you
for
to.
no, it's fine. And it's not for reasons that you think, but this is just what my brain does to me.
Uh-huh.
Starring a young lady named Bridget Powers
Yeah.
called Midget in a Suitcase. I've owned it. I no longer own it. I don't no longer any physical porn, but the premise being that this little person was put in a suitcase, and much like the the traveling pants. She's just like at the adventures of the suitcases. It goes around and jumps on a bus for some reason, and like people just open it up and they find a sexy little person in there, and then once they're done for whatever reason, they box the bitch back up and send her on her magical adventure again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's usually my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for the tugging it, which definitely occurred, but just for the weird premise.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Just and back at you know what? It's like a really it's like a really nice version of the movie Leprechaun.
Sure.
It's like a more pleasurable version of Child's Play. You know, it's I think I gotta go with I Dream of Jenna. Anyway, I know that
Okay.
one's that's kind of it's kind of a hack one. It's kind of cliche, but God, that one had rewatchability.
Hey man, I tell you what, the classics are classics for a reason.
Exactly. I Dream of Jenna was just it was solid. Good production value, good scenes, solid stuff. Solid stuff. There was another one that was a compilation video. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was good. It was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, one scene in particular that I would go to. It's the go-to scene.
Yep. But was that VHS? Like, did you have to fast forward and you're like, all right, roughly here?
No, it was a DVD. It was a DVD, so
Okay.
it was easy to find. Wait, no one that you're right. You're right. That was a VHS. But I knew about where that was.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. And then I forced myself to watch past that scene one time, and I was like, eh. He was like, "You should see what else is on here," and I was like, "Not no."
I think that one of the reasons why the midget suitcase, the Bridget Powers vehicle,
It's hilarious. is
Uh,
what it is.
it's the only one I've watched back to front, I think, ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very artsy. It's like there
Yeah.
was I know there was some French movie about like it was black and white, but there was a red balloon that like just had adventures and you
Yeah.
follow the balloon. It was like that, except for with a naked little person
It was like the end of
who can take a
Amelie.
12-incher. Yeah, sure, exactly.
Where you just you're getting postcards from the gnome, the yard gnome that they
Yard gnome.
sent
Yeah.
on vacation.
It's very similar to that.
Yeah,
It's disturbingly similar.
yeah. I said I think that was it for me. I Dream of Jenna was just it was funny. It had a decent script. It knew what it was. It wasn't try. It was just it was fun. Sometimes, you know, I'd forget to do business and just watch the movie and be like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is clever. All right, so that's what we've learned today.
Yep.
All right. Hey, it's good to be back, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try to keep this up now.
There's gonna be something that happens to one of us. I'm just so scared.
I know I'm terrified. I'm
Hey,
terrified.
T
now.
minus how long till you're here?
It is
It's less than 3 weeks at this point.
it is because we so
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, about 2.5 weeks because we'll be leaving here on the 22nd. We'll be getting to you about the 23rd.
Nice. Well, good news. The room you'll be staying in, the door now shuts.
Hey, great.
Yeah.
Well, that honestly wouldn't have bothered me. It would have bothered everyone else in the house. Does he have to sleep like that with his face in the pillow and his ass up? Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
he does. When he's here, he does. And I don't know why.
When you're here, your family. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I almost got through that.
All right, guess what, Tom?
All right, buddy. What's happening?
I love you.
I love you back.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.